Hey, what's going on? My name is Jan Lane. Welcome back to a brand new video here at the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Batman the Caped Crusader. Yes, released August 1st. We did our season review on August 1st. I'll find out my thoughts on that, whether I liked the show or not. You can find that out in that season review. But we're now going to be talking about the show and its future. We know it's got a season 2, but beyond that future. So we're just going to jump straight into Screen Rant's article here. New Batman show's future spin-off and DC crossover potential addressed. Okay. Batman the Caped Crusader composer discusses the possibilities of future DC animated spin-offs, crossovers, and sequels. DC and Prime Video's Batman Caped Crusader presents a fresh take on the Dark Knight setting, Batman's early years in a noir-inspired 1940s Gotham City, how Michelin Cloud as Batman faces several classic villains for the first time in Batman Caped Crusader Season 1, and a few others will likely make an appearance in an eventual Batman Caped Crusader Season 2. We know one of them's the Joker. Following the release of Season 1, Batman Caped Crusader composer Frederick Ruderman talks to Screen Rant about the show, expressing his satisfaction with the creative direction and innovative twist on Batman's timeless lore. Weideman also gives his thoughts on the possibility of the animated shows set in Batman Caped Crusader continuity. Then he goes into Screen Rant goes on to ask the question. The original animated series was a building block for the whole DC animated universe. At the time, it spawned so many things. Do you think or believe this show can kind of open the door to other heroes coming in, like the Justice Society? Any of their hopes for that kind of lasting continuation with this? Frank Weideman replies with, I think everybody's hoping that, but ultimately what the producers and the creators' plans are for those type of things, I can't speak for them. Obviously, it'd be nice for this to go on for long enough so that we can do all that, but who knows? Let's see how many people watch it first. Because we don't know how well it's done. Why Batman the Caped Crusader would be a perfect for spin-off and shows and crossovers. Batman Caped Crusader doesn't need to follow the exact same path as its predecessor, Batman the Animated Series, which crossed over with Superman the Animated Series and connected to the DC Animated Universe's Justice League series. However, Batman Caped Crusader has the potential to spawn many new seasons, as well as spin-offs and crossovers with other animated shows. Characters such as Catwoman's DC's new Harley Quinn and the GCPD's Renee Montoya seem likely candidates for a spin-off show that expands Batman Caped Crusader's story from a different point of view. Batman the Caped Crusader's vintage setting and noir inspirations provide interesting material for a new DC animated universe with other DC characters starring in their own stories somewhere out there during the same era. For instance, Batman the Caped Crusader 1940 settings opens the door for a version of Superman's ripped straight out the DC's real-life 1940 source material. Superman's first ever animated appearance took place in Flushire Studios in 1940 Superman animated cartoons. Batman the Caped Crusader Season 2, or a different show set in the same universe, could draw inspiration from these popular cartoons to introduce its version of the Man of Steel. Certain Batman Caped Crusader characters resemble Flinch's Man characters, which could point to an actual connection between the 2024 animated series and the 1940s cartoon. And then he goes on to talk about all the upcoming DC stuff and what we know. So, yeah, I mean, we know we're getting a Season 2. Beyond that, we don't know what else could potentially come from this. But we know we're getting a Season 2. I would like to say that this would spark interest in doing the Superman animated show they were going to do. There was a Superman animated TV show in the announced at the same time as the Caped Crusader, but that sort of died of death. And I feel like any future spin-offs for the DC animated universe just won't happen. This is owned by Prime now. Prime owns the rights to make this show. Like, Warner Bros. Own the rights to the character, but Prime bought out the rights for this particular show, so the creators behind it can do what they want with it, and it's be streamed on Prime. So unless Prime cancels it, I don't think James Gunn or anyone at Warner Bros. Can really interfere at this point. Although they own the rights to the characters, they don't own the right to the show because they sold off the show and what it was going to be. So anything that comes after 2 seasons, they can't really do anything about. it is interesting to think that there could be future seasons, and there is a want there for it. Batman the Animated Series was a very big show. People loved it. I still watch it today. It holds a very good dear place in my heart. This show is nothing like that show, and I respect King Crusader more because it's not doing X, Y, and Z. It's just doing its own thing. Do I think there'll be spin-offs? No. We already have a Harley Quinn show. So it wouldn't make sense to do another Harley Quinn show with this new Harley. Renee Montoya, I don't see the longevity of doing them spin-off shows. Like, keep them in the Cape Crusader show by all means. Up the episodes, up the stakes, up the ante a little bit, but there's no way they can have a show that would be as impactful set in the 1940s. You know, Harley Quinn being in the show was great. I'm assuming, considering the Joker's coming in, that she'll find the Joker and then she'll take on a more classic form of Harley. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there, but that's just how I'm viewing it. Although nothing about the entire show at this point is what we know of. It's a classic. It's one of them classic stories of this is what we're doing. We're taking classic looks at characters, but we're not diving deep into X, Y, and Z. Cape Crusader's future is kind of written, like, we know there's going to be a season 2. Beyond that is uncertain, but it's good to know that the creative team are like, we want to do more stories. If you give us the opportunity, we will do more stories. And I think that's the biggest takeaway to take away from this entire video and the entire article there is them going, we want to do more stories. Beyond these 2 seasons. You know, we've been given 2 seasons. You know, they've been very nice to us, giving us 2 seasons, but we want more. And I think if the fans of this show, like fans of the series, fans of Batman come out and be like, actually, yeah, we want this show. I think the issue this show is getting at the moment is people are still getting over the fact that Kevin Conroy will never be Batman again. People are still getting over the fact that the animated series will never return. Because, you know, everyone from any generation up until this point, even when Brave and the Bold was on, up until this point, has wanted Kevin Conroy's animated series to return. And it just won't happen now, unfortunately. So, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, interestingly enough, the whole thing for me, you know, you can find out what I think in my review, but I'm going to watch the 2nd season. I reviewed it on the channel. I'm probably going to be one of them people who are like, yeah, okay, I want a 3rd, because I like to see how things develop, but I'm happy as long as they don't do one of them cliffhanger sort of endings. Like the Joker was a cliffhanger ending in season 1. It was like, oh, to get people excited for season 2, but season 2 was already confirmed. As long as it doesn't try and do anything like that, I think, you know, I'll be happy if it ends at season 2. But yeah, I like stories just to close the book, like fully closed, done when shows are ending, when shows have ended, even animated shows, just because of how invested you become. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably rewatch the Cape Crusader 100 odd times before season 2 releases, just because I rewatch Brave and the Bold, I rewatch the Batman, I rewatch the animated series, I rewatch Beyond, Batman Beyond, Beware the Batman. You know, I watch a lot of these shows repeatedly because they're just fun. They're different takes on the character and on the mythos. Some get me sort of more in tune with, like Brave and the Bold, it got me in tune with Blue Beetle, Aquaman, Green Arrow. There were a lot of characters there that I was introduced to via that show as a Batman fan. So I don't know. I mean, could be interesting, could be not, but who knows? We will find out when the time comes. But anyway, I want to hear your thoughts. Like, what's your thoughts on a second season that, you know, it's coming. We all know that. What's your thoughts on the longevity of this show? Do you think it's a great show? Do you not enjoy the show? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Do you think this show could get them to do that Superman animated show they were doing, or that was announced? And do you think that the story that was told throughout this first season was good, or do you think it's weak? Do you want a better story for the second season? I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts on the whole Batman Cape Crusader situation. It's a new show. It's going to take a while before its fans really break through the cracks. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Because I have a lot of viewers here on the channel who just, you know, aren't subscribed. You know, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate seeing that subscriber count go up. Just because I've always been a lover of seeing people subscribe, a community building. That's what I love. I'm a part of a lot of community stuff on Facebook. So maybe that's where the whole community feel for me is, because I've done it before on other platforms. So, and I've been a part of communities on other platforms. So I want to build my own community here where we talk about movies and TV shows. So yeah, I'm very much excited for the future of this show, just to see what they can do with it, really. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay cinematic. Bye.